You're not here by accident. Maybe it's another heartbreak, another professional failure, another moment of social betrayal that left you questioning who you are. The pain lingers, the questions multiply, and somewhere beneath it all, a deeper hunger starts to awaken. You want to understand, you want to heal, you want to feel whole again. One evening you scroll through YouTube or open a podcast, and there it is, spiritual awakening. The words land like a promise. The voice is calm. The music swells behind it, cosmic, soothing. Suddenly you glimpse another way of living, a state of peace, a cosmic flow, a version of yourself finally at home in the universe. You want that, so you chase it. You take mindfulness courses. You meditate. You breathe slowly. You try to eliminate stress from your life. You drink the herbal teas. You surround yourself with positive mantras and soft voices. You tell yourself that this serenity, is your new mission. But here is what no one explains clearly. These practices are valuable for calming the body, for restoring the nervous system, but they are not the path of transformation. They can support the journey, but they cannot replace the raw inner work that real awakening demands. Because it doesn't work, the peace slips through your fingers, stress returns, old patterns resurface, friction finds you, again and again. But long before the word awakening became a trend, one man was already mapping its deepest terrain. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who founded analytical psychology, believed that real transformation doesn't begin in light, but in shadow. And this is what you were never told. Carl Jung did not see spiritual awakening as a rise into cosmic bliss. He saw it as something far more brutal and far more real. He called it the confrontation with the self. And this confrontation begins with the collapse of the ego, not its expansion. As Jung reminded us, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. You do not awaken by becoming more of who you think you are. You awaken by watching who you think you are burn away. The self does not come to comfort you. It comes to strip you. It comes to burn away every illusion that keeps your ego in the center. This is why the spiral of awakening does not begin in light. It begins in fire. The universe is not here to decorate your path. It is here to strip it clean. Your awakening is not tested in your mind. It is tested in your field, in the exact moments where you want to run, collapse, or betray yourself to feel safe. The universe won't soothe you into awakening. It will push you. It will pull you into spirals of transformation, not with cosmic music, but through daily tension, through lessons you are still resisting, through relationships that trigger your shadow. As Jung wrote, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. Through situations that confront your ego, through events that expose the cracks in your self-image. And none of this is random. These are not coincidences. This is what Carl Jung called synchronicity. He explained, synchronicity is an ever-present reality for those who have eyes to see it. Not a collection of magical signs, but the universe itself arranging reality to mirror exactly what your deeper self needs to face next. Synchronicity is the architecture of your awakening. The universe stages these precise tests not to punish you, but to strip you of what you are not, to confront what your ego still clings to expose what your projections still distort, to force you into integration, not imagination. The path will not feel chosen. It will feel designed for your burning. This is where most people trying to awaken get stuck. They wait for perfect conditions, for the universe to align the field with their preferences, so that awakening can feel serene and safe. But this is not the path. Awakening is not about achieving a state. It is about walking through the raw spiral the self brings next. If you collapse when friction comes, the spiral will repeat. If you adapt to please others, the spiral will twist you further. If you adapt consciously for alignment, the spiral will integrate you. Your test is not in your meditations. It is in how you walk through the field the universe brings you now. Every painful mirror is the next portal. If you chase ease, you will miss your own awakening. The universe will not give you what you want. No, it will give you what you need, and it will burn what you are not. And it will do so through the situations, relationships, and conflicts you most resist. It's not cruelty. It's design. It's not punishment. It's precision. The friction you fear is the fire that's trying to change you. And this is why Carl Jung used a specific word for this process of spiritual awakening. He called it individuation, the lifelong path through which your ego is stripped of illusion and your true self begins to lead your life. But to walk that path, something must happen first. You must confront your shadow. And the shadow, according to Carl Jung, is the hidden part of you that holds everything you've rejected, denied, or disowned. The anger you repress, the fears you hide, the parts of you that don't fit the image you want to believe about yourself, so you push them into the dark. This confrontation is not poetic, it's personal, because the universe will bring you the very people, situations, and spirals that trigger that shadow, again and again, until you finally see it. And that's what shadow work really is. It's not a trend. It's the courageous act of making the unconscious conscious. Every painful experience that confronts you is the universe forcing you to face what you've left in the dark. It is not a detour. It is the path. As Jung warned us, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. When your shadow remains unconscious, you repeat the spiral. When your ego resists surrender, you harden instead of heal. But when you walk through these tests consciously, shadow exposed, ego humbled, individuation begins to unfold. Awakening is not a fantasy of cosmic peace. It is a brutal alchemy of the psyche, and its purpose is to make you whole. So now you see, the universe will keep testing you, and it will do so through the very life experiences you most want to escape. Another heartbreak, another social betrayal, another professional collapse you didn't see coming. It is not random. It is not cruelty. It is the spiral returning, not to punish you, but to confront what you still have not yet integrated. So stop blaming the universe for the test, and stop blaming yourself for the failure. Instead, learn to read the pattern. Understand why you keep falling into the same spiral. Ask, what is this friction here to teach me now? As Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Welcome these frictions as tools of spiritual awakening. This is not punishment, this is precision. And here is the shift. As your mind learns to see through the surface, as it learns to track the pattern beneath the pain, the anxiety begins to soften. You stop reacting blindly and start understanding consciously. Because behind every friction is not chaos, but the deeper architecture of your evolution, of your individuation, of your spiritual awakening. So stop asking the universe for signs that everything is aligned. The friction is the sign. The spiral of pain is the signal that the deeper self is at work. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need to feel ready. You need to walk the spiral that is here now, with presence and conscious adaptation. Every painful experience that triggers your old patterns is an initiation. If you do not run, you will emerge cleaner, clearer, more aligned. But if you flee, the spiral will return, again and again, until you walk it. This is the hidden architecture of awakening. It is not gentle. It is not safe. It is not what you want. But it is what will strip you of what no longer belongs, so that what is true can remain. Walk the spiral. Integrate. Prepare for the next one. The universe will not give you peace until the self has burned you clean. If this speaks to you, if you are ready to stop chasing comfort and start walking the raw spiral of true awakening, subscribe. Because here, we do not sell light. We walk through fire to burn clean. And we do it consciously, together. And if you want to go deeper, to walk this path not just in theory, but through a symbolic journey, I invite you to explore the Quiet Seer Tetralogy on this channel. The 4 parts are the 10 Commandments, the 10 Questions, the 10 Trials, and the 10 Revolts. You'll find the links in the comments. It is not entertainment. It is a mirror and a test. Walk it slowly. Walk it consciously. You'll know why.